So I just saw the new Alex Garland movie, Civil War, that came out this weekend, and I've got some thoughts. But let's just get right into it. The story is pretty simple. It is all about this civil war that broke out in the United States because of a corrupt president. Something that I really hope doesn't happen in the United States in the near future, as I do live there. Um, and it's just an interesting tale, and I really like the perspective of it being taken from a journalist. It makes it really interesting and more grounded, in my opinion, as then it's not really focused on the action but the actual emotion, and it makes it more tense in many situations. Although I just gotta say, I know it's not to any fault of the movie or anything, but it's something about the photographers, mostly Kaylee Spaney and Kirsten Dunst, who were the main photographers, journalists. They just looked so goofy sometimes when they were trying to get the perfect shot for for their articles. I don't know why. It just looked goofy to me, but at the same time, one of my favorite moments is how Kaylee Spaney is like a new photographer into the scene, and she literally gets like babied around, and it looked like at one point she had all this press gear on. That's in my head canon it said junior press. I don't know why. It's just something stupid that I was thinking of. But yeah, the story is so interesting and full of emotion that it can be subtle in its delivery, and I really enjoy that. I'm giving it a hand grenade score here, both as the fact that they use many hand grenades and it's pretty explosive storytelling. Cinematics, my goodness, this movie is so beautifully shot. It is fantastic. There is good score, and visually speaking, it is phenomenal. It is, oh my gosh, the visuals are probably one of the best parts of the movie. And the eerie sense that the visual storytelling gives you is phenomenal, and it's really all you could hope for. I'll give it a hand grenade score there. Directing, I think that this was really well directed. Like I said, many really good shots that felt perfect to the tone and setting that they were trying to build in this film. So I will give Alex Garland a solid hand grenade score there as well. Now, here is where I have some issues. I don't think it's on the purpose of the acting itself, maybe just the parts that they were written, but I did not really relate to the characters. I just don't think that they were giving off such great performances that I don't know if it's acting or writing that is the issue, but like nothing really happens with them, and I feel like they're just weirdly written at points. And that's what I mean by like related, because I feel like they just sort of do what the plot demands of them. Like Kaylee Spaney's character, Jesse, is just always like at the beginning, and they only spend like a few days together, so I don't really understand how this growth is supposed to happen. But like at the beginning, she's super shy and like scared of it all, but then like 2 days in, all of a sudden she's like going in head first to do some of the photography, and I'm like, that didn't feel right with me specifically. And then there's like Lee, or Kirsten Dunst Lee, who at the beginning is like, oh yeah, going in head first and doing stuff. And I think there's a big event in the movie that happens near the beginning of the third act that some people could use to explain why their character personalities like sort of swapped, but like it just didn't really make sense to me. And on a side note, one of my biggest like little issues with the movie, it's not even an issue with the movie, it's just something that really ticked me specifically, is that there is a moment where Kaylee Spaney's character is like so overwhelmed by what just happened that she throws up, but throws up just slightly in front of herself, so it gets all on her shirt and in the car. But like, I'm gonna be real, I think most people, if they think they're gonna throw up, they would try to go out the window. But I like at the same time, I don't know. It just irked me that she threw up on herself and didn't even like really lean forward. But like, I guess that's some heavy trauma. I don't know. I just had to share this because it was in my head and I just had to get it out. It's one of those moments. But yeah, I'll give acting a Hot Pocket score. Now, overall expectations and experience, this was about what I expected. And it's good. I enjoyed it. It was a good film, but it's not anything that I'm going to be seeking out to rewatch so quickly. But it is good. It is an enjoyable watch, sort of. It's as enjoyable as you can let it be, and I can see how many people are calling this like one of the most divisive films ever, and I can see why. But yeah, I think that in conclusion, this is definitely a hot pocket movie. As you'll watch it once, you'll be okay, and then you're gonna need a long breather from a film like this heavy in order to be able to rewatch it. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and other than that, I'll leave you guys to it.